This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Hey, it's Brian Christopher. Ready to chill this summer? You're in luck. I'm hanging out at Chumba Casino, and you're in for a treat. Chillax with hundreds of games, daily bonuses, exciting spins, and epic prizes. It's all here, always free to play. Kick back, have fun, and head to ChumbaCasino.com. Let's make this summer legendary.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See T&Cs. 21 plus.
This is Julian Edelman from Games with Names. Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one, or to share if you're generous. You could stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, or you could spice things up and try some unexpected combinations like dipping chicken wonton tacos in their honey Dijon mustard. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Country's rising star Bailey Zimmerman just announced his biggest tour yet, the 2026 Different Night Same Rodeo Tour, hitting over 30 cities across the U.S. and Canada. He's coming off a sold-out 2025 run, and now he's back with a new album and a massive arena show. The star's sophomore album, Different Night Same Rodeo, is out now, featuring the #1 hit, Backup Plan, with Luke Combs, and fan favorites like Lost, Holy Smokes, and Holding On. Want more? Fans can upgrade with VIP packages that include premium seats, exclusive merch, and access to Bailey's pre-show soundcheck party. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
This is your one hammy away from the start of the Brosmer era. Leader Fan Radio Network, and KFAN.com. 1 minute and 52 seconds past the hour of 3 o'clock. Central Daylight Saving Time. Welcome back. It is a day after, Monday edition of the Bumper to Bumper program on a very summery Monday afternoon here in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul. My name is Dan Barreiro, the shock jock host of the program. Guardsy is the producer of the broadcast, and we thank you for your participation in today's events. Bradshaw and Brian KFAN text line is active already. You can reach us at 64686, as most of you know. Talkback line, I'm assuming this is a day where people might want to vent in the wake of last night's disaster. We have several outstanding guests to try to put the current condition of your Minnesota Vikings in some measure of perspective. That will include a visit with Adam Thielen at the bottom of the hour, tentatively scheduled for 3:30. In-studio guest, after Thielen wraps up with us, Robert Smith is going to join the program. And then another Monday regular during the after Sunday games during the NFL season, Nacho Lieber, Ben Lieber will join at 4:47 this very afternoon. As you know, Guardsy, I am not very good. Neither one of us is very good at math.
Right.
But with the news that broke, just within the last hour or two, that JJ McCarthy is out definitely for the Bengals game, likely 2 to 4 weeks, because it's being described as not only an ankle injury, but a high ankle sprain. And we all know how problematic those can be. I got the list at 9 Vikings in terms of either out, potentially out, injured, etc. McCarthy, Ryan Kelly, and Justin School, they're both in concussion protocol. Kelly's only had about 15 concussions in his career.
That's the tricky one to watch.
Very tricky.
Yeah, scary, really.
Aaron Jones is already likely being ruled out with a hammy. Darisaw, we still haven't seen him on the field yet. Then there's Cashman. He's out with a hammy, correct? And he's on the injured list.
Yep, IR.
Then there's Gink, concussion protocol. Jeff Okuda, concussion protocol.
And Harrison Smith, who allegedly is getting closer, but still did not dress and did not play in week number 2. So I got, count them, I think that's 9 players.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Who are either out or tentatively out or not yet having proven they're capable of getting back in. That's a daunting, extremely high number. And I'm not here, by the way, though, to say, on the other hand, because it all starts with the quarterback, that you are wishing for JJ McCarthy to get hurt. I know you'd never do that. That's not how you're wired. But it's now undeniable. We are one hamstring pull away from ushering in the Brosmer era of Vikings football at the quarterback position. Can you deny it? Can you doubt it?
You can. And what did I say months ago?
You said he would be starting by week 5.
What I said was, don't let him on the field. Don't get hurt. Don't play poorly. Don't let him on the field.
Oh, because you'll never get him out. It's sort of like, it's the old Lou Gehrig thing.
Yes. Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady.
I see.
Don't let him on the field.
Once he's there, you're never going to get him off again, so don't give him the chance.
I wouldn't feel comfortable
to walk through that door.
He's an undrafted rookie free agent that made the 53.
Football's a funny game, isn't it? I mean, I don't think it was irrational to believe that the Vikings could lose their second game of the season, especially with the injuries. Most people picked them. On the NBC crew, I think they had like votes of 37. They had 37 predictions. And 36 said the Vikings are going to win the game, which is insane, by the way. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, they lost themselves in JJ's fourth quarter.
That must be what it is. We're here, and we're excited. It's Sunday Night Football, and we love the stadium and all that stuff. And Atlanta is not the most trustworthy team. I get that, too. I got a text to that point. I won't name him. I'll let him name himself later this week if he wants to be named. I got a text about an hour and a half before the game. It read simply, loser-proof. And it was this individual using my own language to make a point. And I didn't really respond other than to say, what makes you so sure? And this person said, Atlanta's not very good. And I said, okay. I actually took the Vikings, I should say, took Atlanta to cover. I didn't like the 3.5 points, especially with the injuries. I don't think it would have been shocking, though, to think that Atlanta could win that game. Football's too volatile from week to week. I don't think, though, there's anyone in their right mind who could have predicted the game the way it played out. A flat-out, unprofessional offensive performance by the Minnesota Vikings for the second straight week. The exception in week 1 was very professional, saved it in the fourth quarter. This time around, not saved at all. There were no redeeming qualities to the offensive performance of a game in which, what was the final? 22-6?
Yep.
Was the final score. Somebody said, who is the big-time Atlanta running back? Is it Bijan Robinson?
Yes, we'll hear from him in Talking Points.
I believe he had more yards, total yards. I think he had more yards rushing than we had total offense. Is that true? Is that stat accurate? I heard it on the project.
Have to confirm. We'll see.
Bottom line is, I was as gobsmacked as anybody with the way it happened. How alarmingly inept the offense looked. The inability, again, we've heard it for 2 straight weeks. What have we heard? Not enough plays. Well, this isn't rocket science. It's not enough plays because you're not sustaining drives with first downs. If you don't sustain drives with first downs, you're not going to be able to garner as many plays. Is that the hotline? Trouble?
It was, and I'm here now.
It's not good?
No, it's fine.
Oh, I thought maybe it was we have to make some sort of audible to our very complicated schedule.
But I don't know why the hotline gets given out to people that shouldn't have it.
I see.
I'll never understand.
I understand. In any case, there is no rational explanation for the offense looking at home in your own building that inept. I don't think there's any rationale for a quarterback, even a young quarterback, looking that skittish. Quite frankly, at times that overmatched. At times I thought just looked like he belonged back in college. And I get it. We can all find games of great legendary quarterbacks early in their career. where they look the same. But remember, most of the time, those teams or those quarterbacks joined horrible teams. In fact, those quarterbacks got to those teams because they were selected high because the teams they were going to were so bad they had the number 1, number 2, or number 3 overall pick. This team was supposed to have better infrastructure, a lot of options, improved offensive line. And I get it's not all out there right now. But again, there's no other team that's going to feel sorry for you about injuries. The Bears were without 4 defensive starters against us, and we still took the victory. So we can't go too far down the injury road, I don't think. Although now the numbers, when you approach double digits of either main players or main bench players, there's a potentially cumulative effect on that might play out as soon as this Sunday when the Vikings host the Bengals. But it was utterly thorough. It was the only reason it didn't feel like a mismatch was because it followed the same pattern of the Bears game. And so you say, well, Atlanta's not putting us away. They keep having to settle for field goals. We're 2 plays away from getting back in this, as was the case against Chicago. But on this occasion, there was no payoff. For 2 reasons. One, Atlanta is, at least on this occasion, not as, what's the word I'm looking for? Self-imploding worthy to make up an expression as the Bears can be, to start with. And secondly, their defense kept playing. In fact, you could see they smelled blood. They smelled and saw, I think, the fear in the eyes of much of this offense and certainly the quarterback, who a couple times just got thrown around like a rag doll. I mean, almost literally like her. I was actually worried for his health, mental and physical, on the basis of the way he got knocked around and thrown around. And now we come to find out when he came off the field after one of those empty possessions and he got his ankle taped up more. That was the sign that there was something going on here. And apparently he comes in today and the head coach says that the ankle was bothering him more than anybody could have thought, correct? And so here we are.
We'll see in 2 to 4 weeks.
That's it. I did get, somebody tried to settle the rabble for the Paul Allen Project, calling in saying, well, don't forget how bad Dante Culpepper was in his first couple of games. Well, let's see. Dante Culpepper's second game as a starter, he was 23 for 37, 355 yards, 3 interceptions, I'll grant that point, but also a touchdown pass and a quarterback rating of 69.1. JJ McCarthy's quarterback rating last night, old-fashioned quarterback rating, was 37.5. So, again, we can play that game of was a lot of great quarterbacks who start just accept it for what it was. An embarrassing, abysmal performance, I think. I know what Adam Thielen's going to tell us. He's a veteran. He's been through this. He's going to say everything takes time, and I'm not giving up on JJ McCarthy in any way, shape, or form. But I'm saying I think what we saw went beyond just sort of a, growing pains kind of performance. And I'm not sure he got any help from his head coach. I sure as hell don't think he got a lot of help from his offensive line. I don't even think he got help from a lot of his receivers. So we'll get into all of that with talking points as well. We'll come back, and at 3:30, as I said, is when Adam Thielen is scheduled to join. That could change depending on some scheduling issues. We will get to some texts, and we'll get to the first talking point. I have a bone to pick with both coaches. Your coach Saturday night and your coach Sunday, okay? And I want to, and it's the great irony that once again I find myself screaming at the TV when one guy is coaching, pass the ball. And then when another guy's team is playing on Sunday, I'm going, run the ball. And we'll give you examples of both of those after a very brief pause right here in the Fan.
And now, famous moments in a
kick-ass offense.
Justin School is the left tackle. Christian Darrisaw not playing yet. Jalen Naylor in motion to the left. McCarthy out of the shotgun. He'll whip it out to the left. Caught by Naylor. Quick gain of maybe a yard, maybe 2.
Join us again for another famous moment in a
Kick-ass.
Looking
Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Life moves fast. A new home, a new baby, a new chapter. But without an estate plan, your future's still vulnerable. With Trust and Will, you can name guardians, start a trust, create healthcare directives, and more. All online in about an hour. It's attorney-designed, state-specific, and built to protect what you love. Plans start at just $199, and every plan is safe, secure, and kept completely private. From families with young kids to adults caring for aging parents, Trust and Will makes it simple to take control, without a law office, paperwork stress, or court delays. Go to trustandwill.com and use code RADIO to save 20%. Start your plan today. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Estate planning is one of the smartest, most loving things you can do. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will. Bailey Zimmerman just announced his biggest tour yet, the 2026 Different Nights Same Rodeo Tour, hitting over 30 cities across the U.S. and Canada. Following his sold-out 2025 run, Bailey is bringing his electrifying live show to even bigger stages in 2026, with stops in major cities like Nashville, Boston, Atlanta, Toronto, and more. His new album, Different Nights Same Rodeo, is out now, featuring the #1 hit Backup Plan with Luke Combs, plus fan favorites like Lost with the Kid Laroi, Holy Smokes, and Holding On. The sophomore album showcases Bailey's signature blend of rock-powered country and heartfelt storytelling, making it a must-listen for fans old and new. Fans can elevate their night with VIP packages that include premium seats, exclusive merch, and access to Bailey's pre-show soundcheck party. With new music, massive energy, and a can't-miss tour on the horizon, now's the time to get your tickets. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
A new NFL season means a fresh start and fresh styles. At NFLshop.com, you'll find the latest jerseys, hats, and sideline gear to rep your team all season long. From rookies making their debut to legends, NFLshop.com has it all. Score exclusive styles you won't find anywhere else and show up ready for every kickoff and big play. Fan like a pro and shop now at NFLshop.com.
The Vikings-Bengals game this Sunday. You can come find our street team on the plaza outside of U.S. Bank Stadium. Ask how you can enter for your shot at Papa Murphy's Game Day Meal Deal for a year. You can check out KFAN.com, keyword calendar for all the details.
Our first Vikings talking point early, and when you lose the way the Vikings lost, you may say, well, I mean, this falls under the classification of, other than the play, or other than that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? But nevertheless, it's still bugging me. I call it very simply, run the ball!
Naylor in motion to the left. McCarthy fakes a flip, drops it, picks it up, runs out to the right, throws to the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Justin Jefferson, back right of the end zone, covered by A.J. Terrell. So now it's 2nd and goal. McCarthy, 4 of 5, 25 yards, 5 of 7 passing on this possession. 2nd and goal from the 2. Second quarter, Falcons lead 6-0. McCarthy under center. Flags come in.
Delay a game.
Oh, I thought it was the hard count getting somebody to jump for Atlanta.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
All right, 2nd and goal from the 7, McCarthy. Play action, straight drop, hit from behind, and sacked. Sacked by Jalen Walker, first-round Bulldog from down Athens way. First sack of his National Football League career. And now it's 3rd and goal from the 14. After they had a 3rd and 19, they hit Thielen for 20, first down positivity. Went to Jalen Naylor for 17, down to the 2. Everything's gone pear-shaped.
It has, and then these play actions with Justin School at left tackle, he has to do the play fake, get to the top of his drop, and if it's not there immediately, start to step up in the pocket because he's just getting pressured. School just got beat around the edge.
Oh, my God. I get it. I understand. It's not like every time Jordan Mason was handed the ball in short yardage situations, he succeeded in other parts of the game. I get that. There's no guarantee in the world of sports. I understand you have to be able, even inside the 5-yard line, to fool people with clever passing plays. But my God, 1st and goal, 2-yard line, hand the ball off. Please hand the ball off. Just see what happens. Maybe we would have gotten a false start anyway. I don't know. But I took it as one of the first real tests of the KOC resolve regarding the pledge. And he flunked it. Again, it seems trivial given all of the other breakdowns, but I don't think it is at all. And the whole play was whatever they attempted to do. Part of it was execution on the part of the quarterback. He had a couple times where he didn't handle the ball very professionally. He fumbled the snap for the on the sneak on 4th and 1. Was that on him? Maybe it was on the center. Hard to say. But I just think sometimes we're trying too hard to complicate things. And I also get McCarthy had probably just made his 2 best pass completions of the game outside of the one at the end of the first half, right?
Yep.
But I just let's try it. Let's just see what happens. Have we ever handed the ball off inside the 5 under KOC? I don't think we have. I think if you look up the stats, it would have been the first time. Meanwhile, your guy, Saturday night in a game that, I mean, my teeth were in and out of the glass 4 times for that game. It was just it was so late.
I know.
It's unbelievable. But the infamous 3rd and 7. Actually, 2nd down was also a running play, and then 3rd down on 3rd and 7. You hand the ball off again, get nowhere, then say, all right, we'll just try the 50-yard field goal.
You lost 3 yards.
Actually lost 3. You're right. You end up at 10.
You got crunched.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you say, well, try a 50-yard field goal with a kicker who has not really shown much range through his career. To be honest with you, I'd rather punt, but more than anything else, I'd rather throw. And in the first half, we were throwing. Has there been an explanation? Did we see something? Did they have all their safeties back deep and only 4 people at the line of scrimmage thinking we could run? Do we know what they saw?
I think what tricked them is that they ran on the 3rd and 5 earlier in the drive and got it. And
so
then maybe thought they could go back to that well. The issue I have with it is not necessarily the 3rd and 7 running it, although I get it, but that the running back that they had do it is I guess technically he's their 3rd running back, but to me he's actually their 4th because Ejeboy, the redshirt freshman, I thought had a really good game, and it wasn't him. And Cam Davis got absolutely smacked in the backfield, and that pushed him back.
You know my fantasy, in all honesty? 1st and goal at the 2. Just for the hell of it, I want to see a run on 1st down. And if you get nothing, I still want to see a run on 2nd down. And if you get nothing, I still want to see a run on 3rd down. And if you get nothing, I still want to see a run on 4th down. Just for the hell of it. Let's just see how it goes. I think there's a chance we might score.
You're starting to get RDS, run derangement syndrome.
I might.
But that's what KOC is doing to you.
I might. And like I said, in the case of your guy, I thought he was cured of being afraid to throw.
I know.
First half, all we did was throw. Of course, some of that was we probably had to, but then the second half, and again, maybe it wouldn't have mattered, but that's still a ball game then. So we'll never know. Let's do this. We got a lot to get to. Adam Thielen after the break. And as I mentioned, Robert Smith's already in the house. He's going to join in studio. And, of course, Ben Lieber at about 4:47. Stay tuned.
And now, famous moments in a
kick-ass offense.
Third down, 3rd and 1 from the Vikings 40, trailing by 6 in the third quarter. McCarthy, shotgun, Hawkinson in motion, handoff, Jordan Mason, grinding up the middle, tough love yardage, no.
Join us again for another famous moment in a
Kick-ass.
How to have fun anytime, anywhere. Step 1. Go to ChumbaCasino.com.
ChumbaCasino.com. Got it.
Step 2. Collect your welcome bonus.
Come to Papa welcome bonus.
Step 3. Play hundreds of casino-style games for free.
That's a lot of games. All for free?
Step 4. Unleash your excitement.
Woohoo!
Chumba Casino has been delivering thrills for over a decade. So claim your free welcome bonus now and live the Chumba life. Visit ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Life moves fast. A new home, a new baby, a new chapter. But without an estate plan, your future's still vulnerable. With Trust and Will, you can name guardians, start a trust, create healthcare directives, and more. All online in about an hour. It's attorney designed, state specific, and built to protect what you love. Plans start at just $199, and every plan is safe, secure, and kept completely private. From families with young kids to adults caring for aging parents, Trust and Will makes it simple to take control, without a law office, paperwork stress, or court delays. Go to trustandwill.com and use code RADIO to save 20%. Start your plan today. Don't wait for life to force your hand. Estate planning is one of the smartest, most loving things you can do. Trust and Will is an online estate planning service. See website for details.
Trust and Will.
Bailey Zimmerman just announced his biggest tour yet, the 2026 Different Night Same Rodeo Tour, hitting over 30 cities across the U.S. and Canada. Following his sold-out 2025 run, Bailey is bringing his electrifying live show to even bigger stages in 2026, with stops in major cities like Nashville, Boston, Atlanta, Toronto, and more. His new album, Different Night Same Rodeo, is out now, featuring the #1 hit Backup Plan with Luke Combs, plus fan favorites like Lost with the Kid Laroi, Holy Smokes, and Holding On. The sophomore album showcases Bailey's signature blend of rock-powered country and heartfelt storytelling, making it a must-listen for fans old and new. Fans can elevate their night with VIP packages that include premium seats, exclusive merch, and access to Bailey's pre-show soundcheck party. With new music, massive energy, and a can't-miss tour on the horizon, now's the time to get your tickets. Tickets on sale now at livenation.com.
A new NFL season means a fresh start and fresh styles. At NFLshop.com, you'll find the latest jerseys, hats, and sideline gear to rep your team all season long. From rookies making their debut to legends, NFLshop.com has it all. Score exclusive styles you won't find anywhere else and show up ready for every kickoff and big play. Fan like a pro and shop now at NFLshop.com.
That's offense.
As I mentioned, Robert Smith is already in our building. In fact, in kind of the food room right now, waiting to join us. He'll be in studio beginning at about 3:45, 3:50 or so. We got a current Viking now, Adam Thielen, kind enough to join us via the Connecticut Water Systems hotline. As I'm sure you know, your head coach did confirm the injury, the ankle injury, high ankle injury, sprain to your quarterback, JJ McCarthy. And it looks as if the injury took place on a scramble late third quarter around the left end. I don't know, Adam, if you were on the field for that play or you had any sense that something might be amiss. Did you have any feeling at all that that your QB might be dealing with something that could become a problem?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know obviously to this extent missing this week, but yeah, definitely I was on the field and saw him kind of get tackled. I thought it looked a little, awkward, I guess, with his ankle. But then, obviously tough kid, a lot of resilience, as you saw the last couple weeks. And so just kind of didn't think much of it until coach's press conference today. So, we love that kid and we love his toughness and resiliency and, just obviously hoping a quick recovery. I'm always a little suspicious of trusting AI when it comes to background,
but I did look up Adam Thielen injuries, and this came up. I want you to tell me if this is accurate, because this goes back to 2021. You suffered a high ankle sprain late in the season, a game against the Lions. And according to AI, you missed 2 games, re-aggravated the injury in your return, and then ultimately the re-aggravation required season-ending surgery. Is that how it went down? Is that what you remember? Is that accurate?
Yeah, why are you bringing up old wounds, man?
Well, only just as experience, how JJ needs to be careful with this kind of injury. You can't rush it, correct?
Yeah, obviously it was late in the season. I was trying to get back. We were in a playoff push. So I was trying to get back, and it was kind of got tackled the exact same way that I initially heard it. And then at that point, my ankle was unstable, so I had to get surgery and kind of lock it back in. So it's every one of these injuries is different. Sure. Sometimes it's quicker than others. Mm-hmm. It all just depends on the severity of it and what that looks like. But yeah, obviously, definitely have some experience with high ankle sprains, and we'll just kind of share my experience with him. But again, he's a tough kid. He's also 22 years old, so I think he heals a little bit differently than I did and do now. But yeah, again, tough kid that I will imagine will be pushing the limits to try to get back.
You got to be smart with it. I'm looking at your list of it. This is a brutal game. You've been in it forever. And suffered some injuries yourself. But I'm looking through this list, man. McCarthy, Ryan Kelly, School, both in concussion protocol. Christian Darrisaw still hasn't played yet for you guys. Blake Cashman's out. Van Ginkel concussion. Okuda concussion. We're waiting on Harrison Smith. Looks like Aaron Jones might be out with a hamstring. The injuries are really starting to pile up early. Does that concern you?
No concern. I think that's what's great about the way that this organization has built this team for this year is there's a lot of depth. There's a lot of guys that we really feel confident about stepping in and filling those roles. And I think Coach said it best today in the team meeting, just saying that he doesn't have different expectations, even though we have some starters down. It's the same expectations. He believes in us. He believes in the guys that are filling in. And there's no excuse. There's no excuse to not play well as a offense or as an individual. You got to find a way, and that's what the NFL is all about. Every team deals with injuries in some way, shape, or form, and the teams that handle it the best with resiliency and finding a way to make it work, even though maybe your few starters are down, those are the teams that go far in this league. And when you can kind of grind through some tough stretches and get some wins through those tough stretches, and then start to get guys healthy again, that's when teams have a lot of success.
Over the years, have you had any or much contact with Carson Wentz? Obviously, Carson now is expected to be the starter. I'm curious if you had any relationship with him at all or knew him at all, and your own impressions about what he might be able to offer you guys.
Yeah, kind of a relationship from afar. Not a lot of times like actually together. But a lot of connections with him being, North Dakota guy. Yeah. I grew up pretty close to North Dakota. Him going to NDSU, had a ton of connections there. And then just in the league, playing against him, being able to see him a few times playing against him, and then a lot of the different NFL events that I've seen him at outside of football. So definitely a little bit of a relationship before, and then now the last few weeks just getting to know him a little bit better. Excited. It's been exciting to work with him so far, and obviously you got to continue to build that relationship on the field, trying to get on the same page as quickly as possible. And that goes for all of our skill position, all of our offense, to just kind of, hey, this is the situation we're in. We have a lot of faith and trust in what he can do, what he can provide. At the end of the day, that's why he's here. I think Coach says it all the time. Like, there's a reason why every single person is on this team that's on this team right now. And there's a reason why he's here, and it was for this exact situation. So I'm excited to continue to build on those reps.
You guys, obviously, against the Bears, had some struggles offensively, but then had a huge reversal and turnaround to take over the game in the fourth quarter. You were not able to ever get it going to the same extent as long, obviously, in the home opener. Why not? Should we just give more credit to what Atlanta was doing defensively? What did you see about the inability to sort of, get any kind of offense sustained for significant periods of time in week 2?
Well, I think it really comes down to why this is the greatest team game there is. There's no other team game that is better than this game, because all 11 guys on every single play have to do their job for an individual to have success. For Justin Jefferson to have 150 yards and a touchdown, all 10 other guys, not only does he have to do his job, but the 10 other guys have to do their job to be able to allow him to do his job at the level that he's done it for a long time. And so I say that all to say that we all need to do a better job individually. And Coach has just preached it from the end of last game last night till, team meeting today and all the way through today. It's like, look at yourself inward, find a way to figure out what you could have done better, what you can do better. Now go and prepare and find a way to be at your best individually. And we can't have one guy here, one guy there, every play, one guy not doing their job, because that's what kind of leads to 3 and outs or slow starts, things like that. So again, a great challenge to come off of a game like that and find a way to get better. And the greatest part about this game is moving on to the next week and getting back out there at noon on Sunday, and being able to prove, what people think about us wrong or what have you. So every week is a new impression to the media, to your teammates, to your fans. That's another opportunity to prove who you are. So excited about that.
Last item, one of the advantages I would think you have, because you've been around a while, is that, you're less likely to fall into, as a veteran player, I think veteran players in general probably less likely to fall into the sky is falling, no matter how bad it looks a particular week, because you have experience with how quickly it can change from week to week. How helpful is that, and how important a message? I know it's important to get that from the head coach, but I assume locker rooms are run internally a lot of times, and so some of it has to come from within the locker room with veteran players as well, correct?
I think it's those kind of little conversations that happen maybe at the end of the game or in the locker room or maybe sprinkled in throughout the week, that just talking about some of those experiences. And a lot of times it's for myself more than it is for everyone else, just to remind yourself that, hey, there was times, I believe it was 2016 maybe, we started off 5-0 and missed the playoffs. And in 2017, we started 1-2. Yeah. Things weren't looking good. We're a backup quarterback, and we go to the NFC Championship game that year. And so you're in week 2, and granted, yes, you do not want to lose the game the way we did yesterday. And it never feels good, and it fires you up because you know that we can do better than that. But at the end of the day, like there's no panic. There's no reason to panic, because we've also been on the other side of it where you think everything's great. You think, oh, we're 5-0, like you're going to go to the playoffs. You got nothing to worry about. You just kind of do your thing. And then boom, it's like just like that, tide shifts. So you really, really learn as a veteran player that you have to just take advantage of every week. Every week is a completely different season almost. Like it's a one-game season every single week. And you feel that the longer you're in this league. So, again, just excited to go back to work on Wednesday, find a way to get better, and see what happens.
You, by the way, I know more than anything you're interested in winning. That's part of the reasons you're glad to be back here, opportunity to do that. But I assume you had to have felt the warmth last night when your name got announced and you returned to a building you know very well last night.
Yeah, no, it was a moment that I've been thinking about for a long time, probably from the second that I left, and went to Carolina, just not really expecting to ever have that opportunity again. But then when it came a reality to be able to come back out on that field in front of the greatest fans in football and a place that means so much to me, it definitely, I had chills running through my entire body. Probably one of the craziest feelings I've ever been a part of. But again, like you said, at the end of the day, I'm just excited to play football and be in this organization and be with my teammates, and excited to just continue to get better and help this team get to the place that everyone has their sights on. But it takes a lot of work and dedication and a lot of grit and mental toughness, and excited for that challenge.
Thanks again for the time. We will chat next week. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Take
Adam
care.
Thielen, Vikings wide receiver, a weekly guest now for the 2025 season on Bumper to Bumper. I mentioned Robert Smith's already in the house. We're going to take a quick break here and come back and bring him into the room and have, I think, a wide-ranging conversation, as we usually do, with the former Vikings running back, now big-time color analyst. He's got a lot of other stuff going as well. So Robert Smith in the house in just a minute.
Tyler Reddick here from 2311 Racing. The rush of racing? Nothing beats it. But Chumba Casino comes close. Chumba's got fast spins, fun games, daily bonuses, and all the action you can handle. Now that's a ride. Ready to hit the throttle? Get in the driver's seat and head to ChumbaCasino.com. Let's Chumba.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Rob Gronkowski from Dudes on Dudes. Applebee's just cooked up the ultimate option play with their new Ultimate Trio deal. You can choose from 3 of their delicious appetizers and pair them up with 3 sauces for just $14.99. Craft your perfect trio from over 80,000 different combinations in this flavor-packed plate built for one, or to share if you're generous. You can stick with the classic pairings like boneless wings and buffalo sauce, or you can spice things up and try some unexpected pairings like dipping chicken wonton tacos in our honey Dijon mustard. It's time to head to your neighborhood Applebee's or order online today. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
This is Julian Edelman from Games with Names. Football is back. That means it's tailgate time, and this season, the only meat I'm going to grill is Dietz and Watson. I'm loving the Black Angus Dietz dogs. They're flavor-packed, and you can tell they are made with the highest quality ingredients. Sundays just got a whole lot better. Visit DietzandWatson.com/therightway to learn more about the Dietz difference.
A new NFL season means a fresh start and fresh styles. At NFLShop.com, you'll find the latest jerseys, hats, and sideline gear to rep your team all season long. From rookies making their debut to legends, NFLShop.com has it all. Score exclusive styles you won't find anywhere else and show up ready for every kickoff and big play. Fan like a pro and shop now at NFLShop.com.